Hello, welcome to my Live at Five. I'm Josephine Hughes. I support therapists in building their private practice here in the UK. And you are very welcome. If you're watching this, please pop into the comments, #replay if you're watching it after I've finished. So today we are talking all about videos and specifically creating a short video for inclusion on your Psychology Today directory entry. So it's a really tricky thing to do because they ask you to create this video with 15 seconds. You only have 15 seconds to actually share something about your practice. And in order to actually give this talk today, I've been practicing with my stopwatch, and believe me, you can't say very much in 15 seconds. So we're going to talk a little bit about why it's helpful to have a video on your Psychology Today entry. And we're going to talk a little bit about your concerns, and then we're going to move on to the main meat of the training, which is how do you actually create a video in 15 seconds, plus how you can make it look good. So I'm going to take considerably longer than 15 seconds, but hopefully you'll find it really helpful. I hope so, because what I really want to do is to help as many counsellors as possible, reach as many clients as possible so that more people get helped, because our world is really in need of people who've had good therapy. So let's just look at the first question, which is why? Why should you think about doing a video for, say, Psychology Today? What is it about videos? Why should you even bother? Well, the first thing is that using a video, it really does bring you to life, and you move from being just a photo on a piece of paper or on a screen to being a real living, breathing human person. And that just helps to create connection. And it makes you really so much more approachable, I think, when people can see what you're really like. And someone mentioned to me that they were worried about, they've put on weight and they're not sure that they really want a record of that to be on the internet. But honestly, if it was me, I might find that really reassuring to see someone who wasn't a perfect sort of celebrity model type person, because I don't feel like a celebrity model type person. And I want to connect with someone who I can feel comfortable with. So please don't let your appearance or the way that you think about yourself get in the way, because actually, you being human is what makes you even more attractive to people who are looking for a therapist that they can connect with. Now, other worries that people may have, and that's just sort of one indication, is people are really worried about what clients are going to think of their video. If they make a video, they worry that actually they might put people off. I think actually you're much more likely to attract people because it does make you real, and there's not many people who are actually doing it. So you will help you to stand out again from all the other people who actually haven't done a video. You're sort of showing that you're brave enough to do it, that you're professional enough to try and want to make that connection with people. And obviously, as well, people seeing you, they can see what you're like, they can see how you're dressed, and that's all part of who you are. And so, it might help to attract more of your ideal clients towards you. So, how do you actually do it? And as I say at the beginning, I have been practicing. I had my watch on with the stopwatch function on it, and I was trying again and again and again to see if I could actually do it in 15 seconds. And it is a big ask. But I'm going to now talk about the key things to actually include when you are speaking, because that is such a short space of time. You want to just fit in some really key things so that people can get to know you and you can get your message across in that really short period of time. So the first thing you want to do is obviously introduce yourself and say who you are. but you've got to be quick. And when I tried it, I said, "Hi, I'm Josephine, a BACP accredited counsellor." And as I was practicing, I thought, really, does it matter if I'm BACP accredited? And I thought, no, it doesn't. People can read that in the full thing if they want. But so I cut out the BACP thing because that takes, a couple of seconds to say. And that's quite a lot, a big part of 15 seconds. So I took it out and I just said, "Hi, I'm Josephine, an accredited counsellor." You might even want to say therapist because it's probably quicker than saying counsellor. It's up to you, however you want to describe yourself. But a very quick, short introduction, if possible, stating your credentials. So if you're not accredited, you're probably registered. So, well, you are registered if you're there because you have to be. So, I'm so and so, a registered therapist. And then you want to say what the sort of people that you work with, and this is where it can get quite tricky. And this is why in my therapy growth group, and I'll pop the details up in a moment, what I do is I work quite hard with people to help them define who it is that they're working with, the sorts of things that they're actually doing with people. So for me, one of the things that I work with is, if I really sort of try and narrow it down, there's a sort of couple of broader areas. I work with parents, but what I work with them is working with, say, baby loss, or working with parents who have got transgender kids. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful to fit it all in. I'll try and describe how I did it in a moment. So I sort of tried to focus on who it is that I helped. So number one, who you are. So, who you are and your credentials. Number two, who you're helping. And then number three is how you help them. Now, as I say, this is really difficult to fit in 15 seconds. And if I'm jabbering a little bit now, it's because I've been practicing and trying to fit it in. But obviously, you don't want to speak so quickly that people can't hear you. So, you say who you are, you say what your specialism is, and then you try and say what people are going to get out of working with you. So if you can fit it in, three key ways in which you help people. And I had to do a lot of practice to get that in as well. And also, you want to include a call to action. So contact me for more information. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to give you my little script as to what I said. I'm just having a look on my piece of paper to see if I can find it. And while I'm looking, just to remind you, Therapy Growth Group members, we're doing another live round of Make Your Profile Work in February. It'll be February half term we're doing that. So put the time aside. And we'll be working on the key benefits that you actually provide your clients with, as well as as sort of the area where you can say you can work. And the other thing to say is that if you're in Therapy Growth Group and you want to show me your video, obviously I'll give you feedback on that within Therapy Growth Group. So here we go. Here is my little what I said. And what I worked out is that rather than making a separate call to action, which is, contact me for more information, I've put it at the start of where I tell them the benefits. So I got this down in 15 seconds. So, hi, I'm Josephine, an accredited counsellor who helps parents facing difficult circumstances. Contact me to make sense of your situation, to know what to say to others, and to work out what to do next. Now, I did fumble that a bit. Obviously, if I was recording it, I'd have to press re-record. And the other thing is I was looking at my piece of paper, and that's obviously not a very good idea either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few tips now on making a good video. Now, when I first started out, I didn't have any equipment at all. I had my phone. That's what I used when I first started doing video. And I propped my phone up on a box in front of me, Didn't have any special lighting, but obviously if you are recording and it's January at the moment, you want to record it with good lighting. So you might want to do it during the day where you can get good light. If you're somebody who's got a ring light for online work, you've got lights around your computer, you could use those and record it on your PC. But if you haven't got any of those, a phone is fine. But you want to think about a couple of things, and that's your background. So I've got, a reasonably nice background behind me, but you could sit on your sofa, just have a think about what's behind you. You don't want it to be too distracting, really. If necessary, you could put something behind you, like a white sheet or something like that. What else was I going to say? So, a plainish background, and then also think about what you're actually wearing. Wear something that you feel comfortable in, that you'd be seeing clients in, because there's no point dressing up if you don't normally dress up, because, that's going to give them the wrong message about you. You want to be the person that you are when you're counselling. So, that might be another idea for your background. If you use a particular room when you're counselling, you could film yourself in that room, in the chair that you would normally use. That's sort of like one of the places which might be quite useful to work with. So that's just a few thoughts. So what we've talked about, obviously, is the importance of video, that it can help you make a good connection with people. Just remember that you are far more critical of yourself than anyone else is, and that, having someone on video helps to bring them to life. And it just, all that clients will think is that's what she looks like, or that's what he's like. They won't necessarily think badly of you, and it may well help to create that connection with you. It'll bring you to life. I was saying this to someone the other day who, did a video on their website, and I said, it really helped me to get to know you. So, do think about videos, even if it's not Psychology Today, but it's something longer for your website, a couple of minutes, say. It does help to bring you to life. And the most important thing is that it will encourage people to get in touch with you. So have a short script that you've prepared in advance. You can put it behind your computer if you need, to read it. You can memorize it if it's quite short. Plainish background, clothes you feel comfortable in and that you'd wear when you were seeing a client. And most of all, as with all of these things, have some fun, have a practice. You're not going to get it right first time. Just keep practicing, and hopefully you'll get something that you'll be prepared to share. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I'd love it if you could just quickly pop in a comment into the comments section underneath the video, because that will help more people be able to find it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.